I am on site at one of South Africa's most iconic beauty institutions. BTI has been shaping beautiful careers for over 30 years. They offer courses across skincare, nails, beauty and hairdressing. And the woman behind all of this? Sandy Fuhr. She's going to try to teach me how to make up on a real student in a real classroom. And I have to warn you, I am genuinely terrible at this.
And you want to have a look?
Yes.
So just support and just do little strokes. There was a mantra, a little saying I used to say to my children when they were little. And I used to say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And this used to be a standard thing on an ongoing basis with my kids. And I feel the same way now with these children of mine.
Of course, yeah.
Well, the same thing. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah.
It's the same for me and for you.
Yes.
Because our journeys keep changing and evolving and moving forward.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Confident Alchemist podcast, where bold women take the brave leap to build businesses and lives that they deserve. I'm Debbie, and today we are going to do something totally different. Today, I am on site at one of South Africa's most iconic beauty institutions. I'm standing outside BTI Sandton, the Beauty Therapy Institute. And let me tell you a little bit about this incredible place before we go inside. BTI has been shaping beautiful careers for over 30 years. They offer courses across skincare, nails, beauty and hairdressing. And what makes them truly unique is their flexible approach. You don't have to wait for a new term to start. You don't have to commit to a long, full-time program. You choose the course that suits you. You study at times that work for your life. And you walk away with qualifications that are recognized worldwide. Yeah. And those qualifications, they open doors everywhere. We are talking cruise ships, international salons, spas, and everything in between. BTI currently has 22 campuses across South Africa and Africa, in countries including Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, Namibia, and Tanzania. And they are about to make history by expanding into London, taking proudly African beauty education to the global stage. But here's what really sets BTI apart. They don't just teach beauty. They build careers. They create entrepreneurs. They give women the skills, the confidence, and the qualifications to build independent, sustainable livelihoods. And their core values are accountability, excellence, equality, respect, and integrity. And you feel every single of those values the moment you walk through their doors. And the woman behind all of this? Sandy Fuhr, an educator, entrepreneur, and industry legend with over 40 years of experience. She founded BTI in 1996 with a 6-week-old baby, a 3-year-old toddler, no money, and an unshakable belief that beauty education in South Africa needed to change. Today, thousands of women across 7 countries have careers, independence, and futures because Sandy said yes when everyone else said it couldn't be done. But today, Sandy is going to attend something truly brave. She's going to try to teach me how to make up on a real student in a real classroom. And I have to warn you, I am genuinely terrible at this. So if Sandy can train me, she can train absolutely anybody. I cannot wait for you to meet her. Let's go inside and meet this superwoman, confident alchemist who built an empire one student at a time. Let's go.
Good morning, Debbie. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me at BTI Sandton.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, my goodness, what a beautiful space. When I walked in, I could feel the energy in this place.
Lovely. I'm happy to hear.
Sandy, tell me today, what are we going to see and what are we going to do today?
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Are you ready? We're going to do some makeup. We've got beautiful ladies here for you today, and I'm going to demonstrate on one of them. and you're going to have fun while you do makeup on the other one. How does that sound?
It sounds terrifying. I'm going to be honest, I haven't done this before, and you're going to teach me something new today.
I hope so.
Let's get started.
So. Let's have fun. Our beautiful students who are here for us today, and they're ready to have some makeup done.
Beautiful. But they already look so beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to start with foundation.
Good.
Let's go.
Okay.
So you're going to pick up your foundation palette, and we're going to take some of it out like that. Just scrape it out. And we've chosen the color to suit her skin. Now, where do we check color? We don't check color on the hand or on the arm. We check color next to her skin that you can actually be treating. So you're happy with that color?
Are you happy
Similar?
with this color? And I want to apologize beforehand. Thank you for being my student.
You have your little spatula just from a hygiene perspective.
Yes.
And you take your sponge and you wipe it on there. And you'll feel it's quite a thick consistency. And then you can dot it onto the skin.
So Sandy, while we're here and we're doing this incredible job here, trying to, I'm going to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Yes.
Being here in this beautiful, fully equipped classroom, I want to know, when you started BTI in 1996, you had no money, no equipment, no building, and no guarantee that any of this would work.
No.
You literally started with a one-page proposal, a small classified ad in a local newspaper, and a borrowed salon space. How did you go from that single moment to 22 campuses across 7 countries? What was the turning point that made you realize this was actually going to become something extraordinary?
Well, initially, I went into it with passion, just really wanting to give an education to people. It was 1996. We'd come out of the old South Africa into the new South Africa. And I realized it was so obvious to me that there was a huge shortage of education for the majority of women, because in this industry is mainly women. So the majority of women had never ever been able to enter into this industry. And I took that opportunity and thought to myself, this is going to be a time where I can give an education to all these women, these ladies that could have an opportunity like I had. So when we set up, which was literally that one-page proposal that I sent to a colleague of mine, please can I borrow your beds and your trolleys and your chairs? And do you mind, I've got a 6-week-old baby, do you mind if you have somebody to look after her for me? Please may I borrow your towels? And while we're about it, is there anything else that you can lend me that I could use? What about a wax spot, for example? She just said yes to everything for 20% of my turnover. I placed that little advert in the newspaper, in the classified newspaper in the area. I'm from Cape Town. And we placed this little advert and we got our first student.
Oh, beautiful.
And from there, she re-enrolled into a second course and a third course. Fortunately, I received the typing prize at school, which meant I could type very quickly. So I had every night, I came home from work and I typed up notes. And in those days, I used to staple notes and hand them out to students on a daily basis because that's how I could get the notes together. But now they can get their proper printed books and everything is in a professional system. But what actually made a difference was I had a teacher working for me for 10 years and she moved up to Joburg and she said to me, I want a BTI in Joburg. And I said, no chance. There is no ways. I need to be in control. I need to know what's happening around the classroom. And she said to me, you've known me for 10 years. I've worked for you for 10 years. I studied with you for 2 years. Please give me the opportunity. And I thought, it's true. I do know her. Everything will be good. So we opened our first college here in Randburg. And in 2016, our first college in Africa.
Oh, wow.
And that has slowly but surely taken us into new ventures in Africa and now across the ocean to London.
We'll definitely talk about that.
Very excited.
Awesome.
Now your spatulas and your sponges, these things that either need to be washed and sanitized or thrown away, just from a sterilization perspective. The next step that you can go into is to shade. So contour and highlight. Would you like to do that?
Let's try it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So let's go back to the same, these little containers you've got here for highlighting. And do you see them?
But these two?
So these are the Alila powder concealers. So you can just take a little bit out. Then just put a little bit of the darker shade onto your brush. And you're going to put it on areas that you want the skin to go back in. So if you look at the shape of the face and you decide that you want to chisel out just below the cheekbones, go in down there, the darker shade maybe a little bit under the chin. And then you can go to your lighter one and put it on the areas that you want to stand out.
Ah. Sandy, you pioneered something that the entire industry pushed back against.
Yes.
Modular training.
Yes.
Flexible courses, start anytime, study at your own pace. At a time when everyone else was offering expensive, long, full-time programs, you came with something completely different. The industry criticized you heavily. How did you hold firm, and how does it feel now the industry has completely caught up to what you were saying 30 years ago?
Debbie, it was such a challenge at the time. You can imagine the voice in my head, what might have been going on at the time, because there was such a huge objection. There was only these full-time training courses, 2 years, 3 years, qualifications, which were the ones that I did. But I knew that being 1996, there was absolutely no ways that the new entrants into the industry would be able to give up 2 or 3 years. Firstly, from a time perspective, not be able to earn money, and secondly, from a cost perspective. So it made so much sense to me that if I took the full qualification and I unbundled it and still did the same training for each and every single skill, that the learner would be able to accumulate the skills as and when they can, package them together and be in the industry. But what has happened, the evolution of the industry has changed so much since then, because BTI is such a big role player now in the industry that the industry doesn't look like it used to.
Yes, of course.
So now you've got specialist nail bars, you've got specialist brow bars, you've got specialist waxing or hair removal. Look at the spa industry on the cruise liners, etc. So our students are now handpicked because they specialize in those specific skills. I just stood my ground. No matter how challenging it was, I knew that I was going to change futures of so many people.
Beautiful.
And that's exactly what we're doing every single day. Our trainers are in the classrooms full-time, assisting our students to be able to do what I do. And that is be self-sufficient, look after myself, look after my family, and that's what I want for every one of them, to be able to have that opportunity.
Beautiful.
Nobody was doing it like we did it.
Yes, exactly.
But I just knew somehow that this was going to be the right way for South Africa. And what has transpired, it's not only for South Africa.
Yes.
It's the rest of the world now.
It is, definitely.
Because that's what you're seeing. If you go to one of our schools in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Namibia, doesn't matter which college you go to, you will see the classrooms are filled with students getting a career to be able to be self-employed.
Beautiful.
And that's amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
What's next?
Now we are going to do a little bit of blusher. What do you think of that?
I think blusher is good.
Blush is good. We're going to take our next palette.
Next palette, yes.
And you can see there's 4 shades of colors there. And you're going to find your blusher brush.
Sandy, you built all of this as a single mother.
Yes.
2 children, a growing business, and no backup plan. And now your daughter is your brand manager.
Yes.
What kept you going during those incredible, tough personal seasons? And what do you want other single mothers who are building businesses to know?
So when I got divorced, my children were 6 and 9. For me, it was an opportunity. It was a chance to go into the future. And I realized then that I didn't necessarily need a man to help me to build a future.
Exactly.
I was strong enough as an independent woman to be able to make this happen for myself. So that was quite a lesson for me, because when you get divorced, or if you lose your loved one, your partner, you get into a situation where you're actually not quite sure which direction am I going to be going in. But I realized then that I can do this on my own. I do not need to lean on somebody else, and I just need to be strong with all of this. So my sister and I, what we did is we bought a house. She lived in one section of the house and I lived in the other. When I traveled, I used to travel internationally for examination purposes. Then my sister would move in with my kids, and that was just the best opportunity for me. But right then and there, it bedded down for me the importance of a woman to be able to have her own independence, her own financial stability, because you never know what the future is going to bring. And looking at the majority of our students today, majority of them are single mothers and unemployed, looking for an opportunity to make a career for themselves.
That's beautiful. So now they are nice blushes. What is next?
So now we're going to the eyes.
No,
The eyes are what do they say?
the window to the soul.
So we're going to emphasize the eyes, and we're going to choose 3 colors.
Okay.
We're going to choose a highlighter, a medium color, and a darker color.
Okay.
So if you look at those ones over there, the older your client is, the less you want shimmers.
Yes.
Because the shimmers focus on the wrinkles, which I realized this morning when I was doing my makeup. But you've got lovely young skins
beautiful,
over here.
yeah.
So you're going to emphasize where you want to pop the light color,
Yeah.
and you're going to use the dark color where you want to recede.
Recede, yeah.
So if you open your eyes for me, you can see exactly where I wanted to recede.
Yeah, so in the fold you recede.
In the fold I want to recede, and I'm
Okay.
going to put my medium color on the lids
Yeah.
and my lightest color on the top.
On the top.
How does
Okay.
that sound?
Scary.
So now you choose 3 colors.
It sounds very scary. Okay.
I'm going to bring in some pinkish shades, and you're going to bring in maybe some browns. When you look at this industry and you see how it's grown over the years, when I qualified, there were 3 salons in Cape Town, beauty salons in Cape Town.
Yes.
I was one of the lucky ones to get work. Probably the only reason I got work is my father said to me, "You're big enough, fat enough, and ugly enough to look after yourself. Now you need to go and earn some money and pay me rent."
Yes.
So I applied for a position, and I went to work as a beauty therapist, and I absolutely loved working as a beauty therapist.
Okay.
I then got headhunted by the owner of my college where I studied.
Yeah.
So I went to the college to work as a teacher. My students were 19 years old,
Oh, wow.
and I was 19 years old. I wanted them to be my friends, right? It was so difficult for me to teach them. I couldn't wait to leave there. After 6 months of working in the teaching industry, I was like, I'm out of this. I will never teach ever again. What happened, just through sheer growth and development, I was approached by a woman to come and work at an international company.
Yes.
And she said to me, "Listen, you're going to be running the beauty salons all around South Africa," which I thought, fantastic. That's exactly what I know. There's a college. You're going to have to be the principal and teach at the college. It comes with a company car. It comes with a gold credit card. I was like, this is exactly what I want to do, but I don't want to be in teaching. So I said to her, "Please, can I just run the beauty salons? I'll grow beauty salons to the point where we had 14 when I left the company." And she said to me, "I'm sorry, it's a package deal. You want all the perks? You've got to have a school as well." Well, guess what happened? I absolutely loved the teaching.
Well,
but
yeah.
by then I was 30. I felt older. I was more confident. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it was just an amazing evolution in my journey through the beauty industry. And that's what I see for the future for my students.
Yes.
They don't have to just keep doing one thing.
Yeah.
They can keep growing, evolving, getting into new skills and new talents where they can become an expert in what it is they want to do. And who knows where the world is going to take them. Because if I could be here today, then so could they, right?
Yes, it is.
Because I'm no different to you. Am I? No different to you. I'm just a bit older. But the rest of it, I'm no different to anyone out there.
Your mantra is say yes and then find out how. But honestly, sitting here trying to do makeup on a real student is my version of saying yes before I know how. But for you, this philosophy has driven every major decision, from the borrowed salon space to leading international beauty bodies to the London expansion.
Right.
How has saying yes shaped your entire journey? And what would you say to women listening right now who keep saying, "I'm not ready yet"?
I think, and it often comes from your upbringing. It could be at home, it could be at school, things that have led and shaped your lives. We're so scared of failure. And sometimes we don't want to do something just in case we can't do it. And I see it daily with our students that need to go into an assessment. And they're so frightened to get into the exam because who knows, they might fail.
Yes.
But for me, it's always just go and do it. And if you fall down and you scrape your knees, you stand right back up and you take your next step forward and you keep going. Because there's absolutely no ways any of this came easily for me.
Yes, exactly.
There were times in my life where I was selling Coke bottles to get milk for my children, to buy milk and bread for my kids. Like literally,
Yeah.
I know exactly what it's like to be like really, really difficult times. My mother-in-law had to bring us a meal at night because we didn't have enough money to buy food.
Yes.
So I really understand what it's like to be at that stage of life. That's kind of around the time where I realized that if I don't just try everything, who knows what's going to be a success.
Exactly.
So it's okay to have a hard time, but not to let that hard time define you.
Yeah.
You know that saying, only statues stand still? I refuse to be a statue. I refuse to just keep doing the same thing. What have we got to lose if we say yes? We've got nothing to lose. What have we got to lose if we say no? We've got everything to lose. Just potential opportunities. You don't know what the future is going to hold for you if you say no.
Yes.
So just say yes to whatever it is that comes your way.
30 years, 22 campuses, 7 countries, London on the horizon. Thousands of women whose life is completely different because of BTI. You said that the most meaningful thing isn't just awards. It's knowing that every day women get a life because of what you built. So what's next for BTI? And what is the most important advice you give to women standing at the beginning of an entrepreneur journey right now?
I think the best message that I love to give to my students when I meet with them in a student meeting is, if I can do it, so can you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if we keep on with that mantra, I think that is very positive stepping stone for our students to take, because they look at me and they see, she's done it. Doesn't matter what, look at her. And they paint me with the paintbrush, thinking everything was just easy. Everything just came to me. Yes. So if I can stand here today with all the obstacles that I had to overcome and all the challenges that I had to deal with, and I could say to them, if I can do it, guys, so can you do it.
Definitely.
Nothing is going to stop them. You have to make it happen yourself. Am I right? Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, Sandy, let's look at the results.
Come, a little bit of eye pencil.
Eye pencil.
Eye pencil and mascara, and then you'll be good to go. So we'll start with a little bit of eye pencil. So take a nice shade.
Okay.
And you're going to use your little bit of your eye pencil just in the corners of the eyes. Don't ever try and draw one line.
Yes, okay.
It's impossible.
Oh, that's nice. What is next for BTI?
So BTI is on a massive growth trajectory, and I'm really happy and excited about that, because BTI Sandton, where we're standing today, is one of our campuses. The majority of our campuses are in South Africa, but we find ourselves already in Tanzania, we're in Nairobi, which is in Kenya, we're in Ghana, in Accra, we're in 5 campuses in Nigeria, believe it or not.
That's it.
Proudly, and in Namibia. And a few of our campuses are owned by our previous students.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How amazing is that?
It is, yeah.
And they are, for me, I look up to them and I see that they've taken chances and they've taken opportunities that have been ahead of them. Our franchise partner, who owns 2 of our campuses in Nigeria, she's the one that is opening in London.
Okay.
So I head over there at the end of the week.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And we're going to be launching BTI London. And I look forward to also working very closely with my husband's business, which is a chain of nail bars, to be able to give our students opportunities for employment there, because this opens doors to so many of our students.
Beautiful.
Good.
Okay, last step.
Last step. You want to put some mascara on?
Yeah.
You would take a disposable brush and you would use it on a client, not just straight from here. But if you're at home, obviously you would use it like this. So I have an amazing trick on how to put mascara onto somebody else. You ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
Okay. You take your mascara out and take your case and hold it over here. And you're going to ask your client to follow the bottle. And you'll see when she follows the bottle, her eye closes and opens.
Oh, look at that. Please follow the bottle.
And now you can put the eyelashes where you want them to be. And I'm going to put the mascara on like that. How did that feel?
Very good.
Easy enough. There was a mantra, a little saying I used to say to my children when they were little. Particularly if they ran a race and they didn't come first, I used to say to them, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And this used to be a standard thing on an ongoing basis with my kids. And I feel the same way now, like with these children of mine.
Of course, yeah.
Well, the same thing. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah.
It's the same for me and for you.
Yes. Good. Are we done?
Yeah, that's fine. Of course, we would do lipstick, but their lips look beautiful.
We do. Well, Sandy, looking at your model and looking at mine, I can see you definitely...
We haven't even done the eyebrows. That's what I realized.
You're definitely the expert in this. And but yeah, thank you.
Well done. Wasn't so bad.
Thank you for teaching me. And once again, this is what about entrepreneurship is about. It is not knowing, but actually showing up and doing these things that makes you feel uncomfortable. And like Sandy just said, the more you try, the better you're going to get at it.
Yes.
But thank you very much for this amazing experience. And you don't look too bad.
You don't look bad at all. You can put purple and green everywhere.
Beautiful souls. I'm back outside BTI Sandton with slightly more foundation on my hands than on my student's face. And I have to tell you, spending time with Sandy Fuhr inside this incredible institution is one of those experiences that reminds you exactly why entrepreneurship matters. Before I share my lessons, I just want to remind you, if you or someone you know is looking to build a career in beauty, skincare, nails, or hairdressing, BTI is the place. Flexible courses, internationally recognized qualifications, campuses across Africa, and a team that genuinely cares about your success. Check the link in the caption for more information. 4 powerful lessons from Sandy's 30-year journey. First, resourcefulness beats resources every time. Sandy started with a 1-page proposal, a classified ad, and borrowed space. She didn't wait for perfect conditions. She created them. Second, doing things differently isn't a risk. It's your greatest competitive advantage. Sandy's modular approach was criticized for years. Today, it's the industry standard. Third, your business can be your greatest act of impact. Sandy didn't just build a business. She built a movement that gives thousands of women careers, independence, and futures they never thought possible. Fourth, say yes and then find out how. It's the most powerful business strategy there is. Every major breakthrough in Sandy's journey started with a yes she didn't even know how to fulfill. And on a personal note, today, I said yes to doing something I've never done before, makeup on a real student. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Was it worth it? 100%. Because this is what this podcast is about. Taking brave leaps, showing up imperfectly, and building something meaningful anyway. Send me a message and tell me what yes you need to say yes before you know how. What's the opportunity you've been turning down because you don't have it all figured out yet? Remember what Sandy showed us today. That 30 years ago, a woman with a 6-week-old baby, no money, and a borrowed salon space said yes to a vision that seemed impossible. And today, thousands of women across 7 countries have careers, independence, and futures because she did. Your yes is waiting. Say it first. Figure it out secondly. Thank you for listening, beautiful souls. See you next week for another dose of truth, boldness, and transformation.